Welcome to Mr. Bread History Incorporated. This facility is focused on the Boston Massacre. The Boston Massacre. March 5th, 1770. The colonist tempers are rising due to the new law passed by King George III, titled the Quartering Act. This act commanded all colonists to provide food and shelter to any British soldiers who arrived at their doorstep. This was just one among many reasons for flared tempers. Roughly 75 to 100 colonists had gathered in front of the customs house, guarded by 9 soldiers. The colonists were taunting the soldiers, and since one thought the on-duty captain, Captain Thomas Preston, had ordered them to fire, he shot into the crowd. The crowd began to advance, causing the soldiers to panic and fire into the crowd, killing 11 men. This incident has been depicted by 2 people, with differing details and purposes: Paul Revere on the day of the incident, and Alonzo Chappell in 1868. Paul Revere's depiction of the Boston Massacre. Paul Revere's depiction. Carved in copper a mere few hours after the incident, the carving shows soldiers firing on a small unarmed crowd of colonists, with Captain Preston behind them. Preston, sword raised in the air, appears to be ordering his men to fire into the crowd. On a closer look, there is a Church of England in the background. As was told earlier, there is a much larger crowd, and Captain Preston certainly did not order his troops to fire. So why would Revere change such important details in this event? Well, Paul Revere is a revolutionary and wanted the colonists to rebel and fight England. Therefore, he wanted the situation to appear as if soldiers were firing to a helpless crowd, with the overbearing Church of England as a grim watcher of this event. Alonzo Chappell's depiction of the Boston Massacre. Alonzo Chappell's depiction. Drawn on paper in 1878, 108 years after the massacre, this drawing was one I believe to be far more accurate than Paul Revere's, for different reasons. 1. There is snow on the ground and buildings, showing that it is winter, as it was during the incident. 2. There are more colonists shown in the picture, accurate to real life. 3. The colonists shown are armed and fighting back at the Redcoats. 4. Captain Preston is ordering his men to cease fire. And 5. The massacre is shown to be in front of the customs house, as it was in real life. Now, while Chappell did include more correct details, he also left out one: African-American Crispus Attucks, the first man to die during the incident, is not shown. Why would this be? Well, in 1865, the Civil War ended, freeing all slaves. It's very possible that Chappell could be angry about this and reluctant to show an African American as playing such an important role in this event, so he purposefully left out Attucks from the depiction. Comparison between the 2 depictions. A comparison between the depictions. While Paul Revere's depiction came first, it certainly added on a lot of controversial details about the British, and while he did have a good reason, freedom from the British, I value accuracy over revolutionary reasoning. Not to mention, he left out some details that he had no reason to do so, such as the fact that it was winter at the time of the Boston Massacre. Now, Alonzo Chappell's depiction of the massacre has its good points and its bad points, but I'd overall place it above Revere's for these reasons. 1. The customs house is clearly shown behind the shooting. 2. Captain Preston was ordering his men to cease fire, the complete opposite of Revere's carving. 3. The colonists are armed, and there are more of them. So, my final judging on who wins? Alonzo Chappell, for accuracy. Thank you for watching. Made by John Benjamin Thomas, aka Bloody Yoga. That's me. Information from en.wikipedia.org. Sponsored by Mr. Bread Films. Thank you for watching.